Yeah, 36, 90% humidity. Bring it on. Niles loving life. Said no one
to Australia. That's cool, man. Cool. All right, how's our week been overall, though?
Fairly quiet, actually.
Okay, that's our first problem. We can fix that. But what else has been going on?
I was a little bit concerned because it's been relatively quiet. It's sort of not much has happened, to be honest. Been doing my standard stuff, scheduling and stuff, and just sort of falling on deaf ears a little bit, I suppose.
Okay. So in terms of the challenge, how's the challenge going?
Yeah, good. We're into our final week now. So some people have done better than others, obviously. Some people haven't done that well. But no, it's all good. There was a few deflated, I suppose you could say, contestants. This morning I was trying to basically put out fires with them all because they're all upset because they weren't getting quite the results they wanted to.
Yeah.
But it's all right. I got them all under control and everything, and they still lost and still got progress. They were just expecting, 4 or 5 kilo losses.
So you've booked those in for calls to get them on clients?
Yeah, I have booked them in. It's really the shittiest time to run a challenge because it's right at Christmas time. I'm talking like 2 weeks before Christmas. So we'll see how that goes.
I mean, like what, $1,400 made in the challenge isn't it a shitty time to run a challenge? It's just the mindset shift.
No, see, I'm not probably going to get that much out of it, actually. I think I'm only going to end up banging about $200-300. That's about it.
Why not?
Because it was part of the offer that if they meet the challenge requirements, that they got their money back.
Yeah, but remember, we're converting them into clients, which then puts them as the first week free in coaching.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to convert, though, actually. I really don't. I thought I was confident at first, but because it's right up on Christmas time, I honestly don't think they'll sign.
Okay, so have they said anything that's going to make them that way?
Yeah. They've all said no. They've all said, oh, we're loving the program, but at this, they've said, oh, we want to continue on, but just not yet. And I was like, oh, what do you mean you want to continue on? Because I haven't mentioned anything about it yet. And they said, no, we love your program and that, but it's just because it's at Christmas time. They're like, our priorities are putting money towards our kids and our holidays. And I'm like, well, you can't really argue with them too much on that.
Yeah, you can argue with them. This is the thing. You can't. Christmas is a fixation of like, I would have had the money 6 months ago if I was coming to Christmas. I'm sorry, but if they're asking for $119 2 weeks before Christmas, it's bullshit. They've already got the money for Christmas. So what we need to do today is train the vocabulary to talk in a way in which that doesn't happen. Because what the thing is, I can see in you've still got that little compassionate little Ryan on the shoulder saying, oh my God, it's Christmas. No, punch that little fucker in the face. Because that person is going to be the difference between you getting the full payout versus the non-payout. You know what I mean? Because when the challenge finishes this week, right?
Yeah, Monday.
Right, cool, Monday. So it finishes next Monday, right? So what we should be doing is getting them on a phone call as a complimentary 30-minute phone call to finish off the challenge. In those 30 minutes, you then upsell them to the program. You ask them why the fact that 2 weeks before Christmas, they're not going to use $119.
I don't know. See, I put themselves into my financial position and
don't put yourself. No. Bullshit. Don't do that. Why would you ever do that in your entire life?
No, I'm talking just to you. Like $119 at Christmas time. I'm in relatively decent financial position, and some of these people aren't. It goes a long way.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
What?
How do you know that they're in financial hardship? If that's what they've told them, that doesn't mean anything.
Because I know some of them personally, and I know some of their backgrounds. So I know that one.
But which one are they going to regret more, when they wake up on mid-January and still haven't done anything because they wanted the $119, or they carry on the coaching program for 3 days off, which is Christmas Eve, Christmas, and then Boxing Day?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I just know what these people like. Like, it's when you talk to them, not so necessarily about this, but the vibe that I get, it's from some of the people that I've turned away. For that exact reason, I'm just like, okay, yeah, you're not going to commit. They're happy to commit for 30 days, but anything outside of that, it's not going to
Okay, interesting. So how many existing ones do you have?
What do you mean? Like as in?
Existing, like how many clients do you have that are on the fence about?
With the challenge?
Yeah.
There's one that's definite, she's a no. I know she won't. Actually, there's two that's a no because the second one I haven't even heard from since the first week.
So then she doesn't get any money back?
No, she's not getting it
Okay,
back.
cool.
I might be compassionate, but I ain't that fucking compassionate. No, that's not my problem. No, there's a couple that will get their money back, but then there's some that won't. And I was just trying to work out the best way to upsell them, but I know financially at this time of the year, in particular, myself, is a real friggin' stretch. Like at the moment, I'm literally fending off banks to try and just keep my head afloat.
Again, though, I feel for your financial situation, and I feel from whatever's going on in the background. But what you cannot do as a business owner and as a coach is think about your position in their shoes. So if they give any trigger emotion, if they see anything in terms of like what you're going through, and they know what you're going through if they're close to you, right? Probably, most likely, any inkling. Problem is, it doesn't matter about you, it matters about them, because your financial freedom comes from those people and more clients through the door. So I understand you're compassionate and I understand that way of going forward. But for instance, they're lying to you. They do not need the money for Christmas because it's 2 weeks before Christmas. Right? They're not going to use that $119. They're going to use that $119 on fucking booze and alcohol and food and smokes, and they're not going to use it on the Christmas presents and all that kind of shit, because no one leaves the Christmas presents for kids this close to Christmas. I'm sorry, but no way.
You want to fucking bet, mate? You haven't bet me.
Yeah, but you're not, that's fine for you, but that's fine. What I'm saying from you, and this is the mentor coming up, because I've been burnt so many times from people that were either close to me, further away, across the other side of the Atlantic, because they're like, financial problems. And then I'm on Facebook and they're fucking buying even coffees piss me off when clients say they can't afford it.
Yeah.
And don't worry, because I've had clients that I've got blood out of a stone.
Yeah.
Because I would not be doing my job as your coach telling you, yeah, no worries. Because I'm not happy enough. I'm not happy you walking away with a couple change. You know, because you deserve more than that, right? And you will get more than that, because this is the thing. What we need to do is say, because this is going to come up regardless of a challenge or not, you're going to get clients, they're going to message you saying, hey, I need to cancel, or hey, I need to do this and this and this. And your sympathy, because this is what we are as coaches, we're like, oh, like, yeah, I'm feeling for them. But no, you have systems in place in order for that to happen. So for instance, now we do our next challenge. We say there's a period of time before they get paid back or whatever we need to do, right? The reason I say that is because, one, it puts pressure onto you for no reason. And two, they become a different person when they understand that everything's automatic. And the biggest thing is the reasons why we need to find out why they're not converting, and Christmas is not an excuse. It's like, for instance, one of my clients, I'm so well versed in the way that I do it. She was pregnant. She had a baby on Saturday and she was like, hey, I want to put my membership on hold. And I'm like, yeah, it's 20 days. And she's like, oh yeah, sweet, no worries. I told a pregnant woman that just had a kid that it's going to take 20 days in order to put the things on. You know why? It's because she paid me this week. I'm not refunding her for that.
Yeah.
And people are like, you're a cold-hearted prick. I've been called that. And I'm like, who's still in business, man? Like, no one. I'm going to tell you a piece of advice. 40 people I studied with in New Zealand. 39 people are no longer trainers. No, sorry, 38. The other person has gone from doing corporate to back to PT, to corporate to back to PT. You know why? Because he can't say no.
Yeah, right.
Because at the end of the day, you've worked yourself into this position, right? You've got yourself into this. You did all the hard work. You did all the thing as well. And now I want you to overcome probably the second biggest hurdle we've done together. The second biggest hurdle is realizing what a client needs before they need it. If that makes sense, right? So if they put away, let's say the 119 divided by 4, because no one pays 119 being like, I need that money in 4 weeks, because they wouldn't have paid you in the first place. 29.75. If they put 29.75 away from their booze, alcohol, smokes, nights out, partying, whatever, they should have done that because they're on your challenge. But second of all, that's how you break it down.
Yeah,
Because
right.
realistically, if you were to charge whatever that was, your minimum fee, you've paid for a next month of coaching. The biggest convincing factor we can have is on the phone. If you can't do it through Messenger, you can't do it through text, you need them on the phone. And understandably, in order to get their money back, they should be doing a testimonial and progress photos. So if they don't do any of those two things, then see you later, mate. No worries.
Yeah, well, there is that. Hang on, I'm just going to pull up this for you because I can.
I know this seems really harsh, and you know what I mean? So the biggest goal for me is to turn you into a machine that it's like, this is your water. If I don't let you turn that water back on, it's going to be the Sahara, and that's not your fault.
Well, let's see. Holly's booked in for a call after, but like I said, I haven't even heard from her since the first fucking week. I don't even know how to get in touch with that one. Rob will do one. He'll do. I got Rob in a call, Danny in a call. I got Scotty and Bella in a call. Beck, Courtney. Hang on, what's she doing? Oh, that's a different one. Courtney, Lily, and Shelley. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 10 there.
So, and they all paid $119 to get in the program, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's $1,999 on the line, or $90 on the line. Okay. Even if 20% of those said no, you still only have to pay out $398.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing is too. Like, I already know that some of them aren't getting their money back. Like Holly's not, Rob's not because he didn't meet the whole criteria of the whole challenge. Danny.
Wait, I even did your figures wrong. I did your figures wrong on my testimonial. I didn't know you earned that much.
What do you mean?
I thought you earned less than that. I thought your figures were wrong. Oh, well, that's all good. More than I thought you earned.
Well, hang on here. So I'll break it down for you right now. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. She's borderline that one. 7.
So if it's borderline, she's not getting her money back.
No, she's probably not. There's only going to be 3 at best. Oh, hang on. Yeah, 3, 4.
3 at best failing.
4 at best that'll get their money back.
Fuck me. Oh, I thought you said you're only getting a couple $100 back. Fuck me.
It's only a couple $100. It's only $480.
No, there's going to be more. So what you need to do is before anything happens, yeah, of course you're greedy. Welcome to my life. We're flying business class, remember? This is taking out fast speed.
$4,000 business class.
Remember, I'm paying for you to come from Australia to New Zealand for this whole entire thing. So every single time someone says they want money from you, just remember, that flight, man, that flight.
Business class, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So we're talking, 4 at best will get their money back. And that is at best. But in saying that, we're in the last week, and there's 2 that have very, very strict criteria that they have to meet this week. And I'm not confident they're going to make it.
Cool. Also, remember, and this is the biggest thing I want to bring up on this call, is that we're now 2 weeks before your next challenge, or 3 weeks before your next challenge. So you've got to think about it like what we did last time is the marketing campaign. We started about 3 weeks. So what we're doing on this call, or half of it, we're going to spend another 15 minutes nutting this out and another 30 minutes planning for that 3 weeks.
Yes.
Because V2 is always going to be better than V1. Name me another situation. Well, movies are kind of always good in the first one, shit in the second one, but we've also got more ad spend, give or take. Maybe. Doesn't matter. The thing is, doesn't matter if it doesn't, because actually we can just do organic again and still convert.
Yeah.
I want to give you a figure. I was doing your numbers today, and what I worked out to be is that if you converted all of those clients for potential week in, week out online clients, you would have a $50,000 a year of business.
Just from them?
Yeah. What I converted was, let me figure out.
Well, I'm bumping my rates to 60. I'm squeezing 69 now is what I'm going for.
Where's
a week
there
as well, and 30 weeks I'm going for.
Yeah, that's what I did it on. I did it 30 weeks. So I said you had 11 signups, and I think I put your number at 1618, which is wrong because it should have been 1919 New Zealand. And then I said upfront sales, and then with a potential growth of 48,540 Australian dollars per minimum term of direct debit gross income.
Yeah, right.
So that's the shit we're talking about. I don't deal in weekly payments. Like people pay me weekly and I'm like, I don't see half of that shit because half of it fucking goes on bills. half of it goes on growth, and I see some lolly money at the end of it. But yearly, that's what I talk about. I'm not happy.
That's 50,000 just off 11 clients, and that's not even including anything extra.
Yes.
Jesus fucking Christ.
This is what I'm saying. When you get real panicked, I'm like, I'm Yoda here. I'm just sitting there like, just breathe, right? I understand.
I'm good.
And I'm never ever going to get like annoyed or angry or whatever, because I've gone through the whole entire thing. And I wish I had my business coach, which I am now, because my business coach was an ass, right? He was terrible compared to what I am. And I'm not saying I'm good. I'm giving you the platform to build it on.
Yeah.
You've got to remember though, out of those 11 signups that gave you $19.90, which I'm going to change the figure now, that made you a potential gross income of nearly 49,000 AUD a month, a year. You had zero ad spend, zero clients, and zero online presence before that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the shit we need to take a mental note. And this is why I'm recording it, because I want you to, every single time you feel like you're not achieving things, because you will pretty much every week, like I do, you feel like nothing's going forward. I want you to rewatch this video and rewatch that as well. You're now an official case study of what I can do and what you can do. Most importantly, you can do, not me. I'm just sitting there as the headmaster. You did that shit. You did 11 signups at $1,990 AUD. You have the potential to walk away with a fair amount of money for a free challenge that you didn't spend any money to get.
No.
There's no reason, if not more, that you could do a bigger challenge next time, because we're sitting probably mid-January or second week of January.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you've got to remember, and the biggest thing that we need to get over now that's come up in this call is that we need to think our mindset away from what our current state of mind is to be where we want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I drive a Hilux, but in actual turn, I drive a Porsche in my mindset.
Yeah.
Right? I saw a Tesla that was $156,000.
Holy.
That was 2 points. I'll never buy it outright, but $2,700 a month. I now got my sales target.
Holy shit, that's a lot of money for a car.
I would never pay that because I'm traveling too much. But what I'm saying is that what you need to think about is not your current state of mind, but what your future state of mind allows yourself. Because yes, you're in a shitty situation now. And yes, 99.9% of the time, it probably wasn't your fault. Right? But this is your current, not future. If you let your current dictate your future, your future will be your current. And I know that's very hard to be. I got a call from, like, I remember I was walking down the PT hall, like before I went into the consult room. I got a phone. It was like my grandma's name came up. Picked it up, said it was my grandma. It wasn't my grandma. It was my grandma's sister. Told me she was dead. 2 minutes after, or 5 minutes after that, I had one of the biggest PT one-on-ones I could have done. Biggest sale, biggest thing I've ever worked towards in that whole entire month. It was my whole entire sale in whole entire income in 1 month.
Jeez.
You know, shittest time to this day. I left that gym because I couldn't sit in that consult room anymore. But in my head, my future self would have kicked me in the face, and my grandma definitely would have smacked me in the face as well. Because our current state of mind is why we have coaches and why we have people around ourselves to tell us the future will be okay.
Yeah.
And this is why, for the entire time, this is the conversations we're always going to have. And this is why the calls are so important. It's because, yes, it feels like shit now. And yes, we're getting week by week by week. You know, I've been weeks where I've had 2-minute noodles. And my parents are being like, or my girlfriend at the time, my parents are like, why are you eating that? Like, you have a full-time job. And I'm like, yeah, I spent too much on ads this week.
That was literally me this week, because I've been running, I think I've had 3 or 4 ads this week. And then I was like, okay, I've got enough just to get me through, put fuel in the car. Yep, put fuel in the car. Went to just go get some food. And I was like, and it took out the money for the ads. I was like, fucking bastard. Oh, well.
Question, why did no one tell me about you running ads? Because we also need to go over that.
No, hang on. Because, what we were doing was we were running, not running ads, we were running trials. Remember?
Yeah.
So I was only running 3 different ones on a video that I did just to try and see what audiences were bouncing at. And I just ran the 3 instead of the 6, which we were going 6, I know. But it worked out that I was getting about 3 cents per engagement.
Okay, that's quite high, but we can look at that afterwards as well. So again, what we need to do is come up with, I want you to come up, especially on Trello as well, is come up with a schedule of things that you're the most concerned about that we're going to put fires out in the first, because we've got an hour together, right? Now it's kind of seeming, every time we get on the phone, an hour kind of doesn't seem like a lot anymore. It used to, but now we're like, we've got so many things going on. We're like, cool, we're everywhere. So what we want to make sure is that when you're spending money, it's actually getting you in a place, which it has been. 3 cents is still amazing, by the way, for doing it completely by yourself, but we were aiming for that 1 cent. Once we get that 1 cent, and I'll show you an example on my ad set in a minute.
I think I may have got 2 cents on one of the audiences.
Probably, I would say anywhere between 1 to 3 cents is fine. But if it's a between you eating and you doing ads, the problem is I would rather you eat, and then we can worry about the ads later.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? So
as much as I think that's why I only ran 3 as well, because I was like, I don't want to stretch myself to the point where I'm like, shit.
But the thing is, like, how much were you spending on each 3?
It was only $2 an ad or something. It was like $33. It was fuck all. But because I'd spent some money on some other gear this week, it sort of stretched my budget out. I shouldn't have done it, but I did.
Yeah. But that's it. The thing is, your priorities are about to change massively in terms of what we spend money on. Because the only thing in your weekly thing that I could probably guarantee, unless you're a really heavy gambler, is going to make you more money is ads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like even I was sitting there and I wasn't even worried, but I was sitting there. I was like, I don't really want to pay for this IFS ticket yet because I'm gonna get the tickets anyway. They're not going to sell out. You know what I mean? I didn't want to either. That's one thing that's probably an expense that I didn't fucking need to pay this week. But yeah, at the end of the day, I was just like, well, fuck it. Like, it's a business expense. I want to claim it before the end of the year, right? So, you know, at the end of the day, even when I sit there and say it's not even, I don't have to, sit there and say whether that's my ad spend or not, I still consider it. So the mindset is still like, I would rather put that $100 on ads because I can make 3 times it back.
Yeah.
So it's really getting to the mindset now that your priorities are like, I know you've got priorities, obviously, like you've got a house and you've got all these things, but I want your priority to be at the top. How much can I put into my business that's going to regurgitate itself rather than the systems in our life or the daily activities that we have to pay for and whatever we need to do. I haven't been on a date for like a month because my businesses need to grow.
Like I went on one on Friday. It was terrible.
And New Zealand girls just always expect me to pay. Especially if they go on my profiles before the date.
Oh, he's got money.
The last time I went on a date, I had to go to Waiheke Island and back, and I didn't even get anything for it. So that's the last time I ever do that in my entire life. That was a $400 boat ride.
I was going to try and allocate from pretty much here on. I was going to try and allocate about $50 a week for ads at present.
Yep, that's fine. I think what we need to do eventually is bump that up. Once we get to about 100, that's going to be really comfortable. But 50 would get us a really good audience size because what we need to do is build audiences from effectively 0. It's going to take us a little bit longer. But for instance, I'm getting clients that are going to get 5 to 10 opt-ins per day on whatever funnel they're using. So the systems work. It's just being very, very smart on how much we give Facebook to spend.
Yeah.
For instance, I'm getting like my American client he's paying about 60 American a day on ads, but he's getting about 10 opt-ins per day. So I did the conversions on my testimonial I'm going to give this lady on Friday. What's his net profit? So from his clients, from our 10% conversion rate, he's doing 4 sales a day, which is 2,070 USD, which is 11,500 American a week.
Shit.
Yeah. So welcome to ad spend, but welcome to my pressure situation because that wasn't always happening and I was getting smacked in the face every single time it wasn't. So I knew it was going to happen, but it's like, it's hard to tell someone this is how long it's going to take and this is how much ad spend I need from you plus my fee, which is higher than what your coach. So like his fee is $500 a week for me, where like your coaching is $100, right? Yeah. So like I'm going to give you some insights that I probably wouldn't give, left, right, and center, but from instance, like that's how much he's forking out in order to build. That's not what you have to do. This is what he wants to do if he wins $11,000 a week. That's what he want to do. But from instance, from your scale, what can we get out of $50? Engagement, first contact ads are going to be super important. Then the progression from that to our conversion is going to be something that we need to offer. So for instance, like I don't know if I've showed you this, but this is eventually what our ad campaigns will look like. So at the moment, so this is the goal. Every single thing this is our goal, is to see how much is $50 going to get us compared to these 6. What's going to be our scarcity offer? So realistically, what we need to think of is something other than a challenge, because that's every 30 days. We can't do that every day. What's going to be our scarcity offer? So it's going to be something that we can go, hey, this is a limited time. So for instance, if we run an ad saying I'm looking for 20 females that want to lose, well, we can't write it like this, but want to lose 5 kilos in the next 8 weeks, that's a scarcity offer because you're only looking for 20. There's an outcome. book a consult down below,
Yeah.
or whatever we want to do, that's a scarcity offer. That's something we can also auto-generate for every single week that's going to book you consults.
Yeah.
For instance, like mine's a 5-day challenge. They go through the 5-day challenge, same as my American client. His is the 5-day challenge. That's why he's converting so highly, is because every single person he gets, he's only closing 4 sales a day, but that's out of 111 people that have landed on that page.
Mm.
So it's taken a lot of people, which is probably lower than what we would like it to be. It's only 10% instead of 20, but out of even 20%, 10%, he's still converting quite highly because of the ads campaign.
Yeah.
So it's the transition from saying I'm a single post, single offer client to I want to schedule this out to be 6 different ads. That's going to take a person to a journey. Because unfortunately, if I coached you a year ago, I could give you a 1-step funnel that would make you $200, $300 a week. But because everyone's done that and it's absolutely saturated and no one trusts anyone anymore, we have to take them through a process to build that trust. However, the conversion on the scarcity offer is going to be so much higher.
Yeah, I think we've been waiting for the social proof, which I will have next week. Finally, I'll have some fucking social proof.
Yeah.
And testimonials, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So
I know it seems like a lot of work now, but remember, I'm using testimonials for my where is a good example of? So I'm using testimonials from like a year ago for my PT business, for my PT consults. Now, I've got current testimonials that I replenish them with, but when you've got a really good testimonial, there's no reason why you can't use it all the time.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So the biggest example of like what we want to do is make that transition. So I want you to think about now, what are the 6 ads that we can offer? So go back to the MPT Creative that I've put on Trello for you, I'm pretty sure.
I don't even think I've looked at that yet.
Yeah, so that's all right. So that's the thing. The panic station, the panicness that comes out of you, right, which is completely fine, comes out when we haven't allowed ourselves to get outside of our head and look at all the stuff we need to do. For instance, you have the perfect platform now to go forward and be very successful in our next challenge. You've got social proof, you've got a little bit of ad spend, you've got a little bit of money, you've got some existing clients, if not more clients, but everything you need to do to make this a 3 times more profitable challenge. There's no reason. Like I said, our mindset, our current state of mind will affect our future if we let it. If we don't, then we're golden. And I know that's a very hard step, but that is a business that does $50, $100, $150, $200, $300,000. When I eventually hit $300,000, when I eventually hit $500,000, when I hit $1 million a year, my mindset will be so much different to my current mindset now. All right, but I'm still okay to go down the supermarket and buy 2-minute noodles if I need to.
Yeah.
Because I want to spend $1,000 this week on ads instead of $500. But I need to find that $500 somewhere else.
Cool.
We have 2 very different people. One, the Ryan now, that's like, holy fuck. The Ryan before, who was like, hell no. The Ryan now, that you're going to be like, give me the money.
Yeah. I suppose just from here, like, because we've got the January challenge coming up, I think I've got the idea of how to do the ads, like how to set them up and everything. That's not the issue. It's I want to backtrack to the 6 steps that you had just before. Where are we? Pull that up.
There we go. Share. There we go.
That. So the liking and the authority, what are we touching on there?
So the liking is your background story. So for instance, if you made a video or you made a live video, it can be raw, it can be whatever you want to do, giving your potential clients a background story of who you are. Relatability.
I just did one.
Beautiful. Right? Done.
I literally just did one this last week. I did one it was actually to do with accountability and how I stayed accountable and what triggered me to start. So
for instance, what I would do if I was doing my marketing campaign for MPT Consulting would be the social proof would be, let's say yours, Alex, Eric's, like 4 or 5 other testimonials. I'd probably spend a little bit more money on it. Like I'd put more than you would say for fitness because it's B2B. I would have 2 or 3 running at the same time that would go to landing pages that would book in for consults. As soon as they watch that video for a certain amount of time or they go onto the landing page, I would take all of those people and show them my likability video. Me getting out of my truck, or me flashing back to videos that I knew I would use. Like I made a video in year 1, 2, and 3 of my PT business of me at like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning getting in my truck because I used to vlog, right? I used to do all the YouTube stuff. Someone would say, oh, why are you doing that? And I said, hey, even if my YouTube doesn't work, I'll use this for ads in the future. Now, 4 years, 5 years down the track, I can use all that content to do a video saying like, do you want to be this struggling, or do you want to be this profitable PT in the thing, but getting up at 4 in the morning? I can use all that content to make a likability photo or relatability story to how many face-to-face PTs are locked into a 4 a.m. to 9 p.m. schedule. And I can get my editor to edit it up. Right? You can, obviously I can edit to myself, but I've got too much shit to do. So I can send them all that raw footage. Cost me about $100 to get the video done. Spend about $500 on the video. And there's a likability because no one's going to let me coach them if they can't relate to my process. Exactly why you signed up with me instead of, what's his name?
Phil Graham.
Phil Graham, right? Likability. No one's going to train with you or sign with you if they can't relate to you on some sort of level.
Yeah, gotcha.
Got you what I mean? Authority, however, is showing you how you became that person and now transform people and the way you do it. For instance, mine would be how did I get a person in America to earn $11,000 a week? Or how did I get a trainer to do a 30-day challenge that made him $2,000, potential $50,000 income? That's showing authority because it was effectively me guiding you and nurturing you through that process. Yes, you did all the hard work, but my authoritative figure stopped you at certain roadblocks of either giving up or transforming or not doing it at all.
I'm still confused by what the authority is.
So authoritative, like who you are and what makes you the coach you are.
Oh, so would you put that into the same?
No. So likability is giving your personal background story, just the complete background story of who you are and what you did and how you got there. Authority is how you are different to the 1,000 other online coaches that get you clients.
Okay.
So this is where you get your dick out and measure how long it is.
Okay, so you do that in like 2 separate sort of content videos.
2 separate videos. I suppose you could probably, if you want to save on ad budget, you could probably make them the same. Not many people are gonna question that.
Hanging in that long though.
But again, it's just another step at another nurturing spot.
So yeah, so your social proofing and testimonials, that's in one ad. The likability, another ad.
Yep.
Authority, another ad.
Yeah. I would say though, even if we eliminated these 2, meanwhile, even if we did reciprocation, commitment and consistency, social proof and scarcity, it's on the low end of touch points, but it would still get you a good amount of people. So even if we're still building this, I would rather launch and have all these done rather than wait on these 2, because those 2 can come with time and money.
Yeah. So the reciprocation, that's like...
Reciprocation is like if you're offering them a free video that's giving them the 4 best ways to burn fat.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Or an ebook that's giving them the 5 best foods for...
Yeah. I'm actually going to do an ebook, I think.
Yep. So reciprocation, although it's offering something to a cold audience, it's still you're giving something and then receiving. So you're giving an ebook, receiving an email. This requires you some sort of landing page though.
Where are we going to do that? Through
Google Forms and
ClickFunnels?
Yeah, ClickFunnels. Yeah, but again, that's like $120 a month. So like you can do 14-day trial and you can get the 2 weeks done and then hopefully get some income from there. It's obviously an investment, 100%. I would highly recommend it. I can get you a 14-day trial, but it looks really professional. It's very, very easy to build funnels. So easy to build funnels. Like your blind, deaf neighbor could build a funnel.
Okay.
However, we can mimic it and we can get around it by just doing videos. We don't have to give an ebook away straight away. Again, it's like if we can't afford it now, we just go to the next best thing and that's a video.
Yeah, but for the video though, don't you still need to offer that off a landing page?
Not necessarily. The video can be like one of my videos that is done for my client who's done it at this point in time. Let's see how big of an audience this has been. This is one video that's 9 minutes long that is effectively not offering anything but knowledge. This is done 12, 31, 40, 48,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pelvic floor video. So it shows them the number one exercise for a strong pelvic floor. And that's just I can't remember the exercise. But anyway, it's a video that's been watched nearly 50,000 times. It's got for nearly 5,000 people in the 95% column. And then all we do is we retarget those people with different offers. So that is a give and receive. You're giving knowledge that they would not normally have. And then you're receiving them watching the video, which means we can retarget them in the future.
Okay, I think I get it.
Give an example. I'll show you an example. This is the best one. This one. So based on the ad spend of, I think, $20, he's reaching about 3,500 people a day. If we go here, why is it not? Why can't I? Okay, so apparently I can't send it to. Anyway, this is the building a strong core using one exercise. Right, it's a video.
Yeah,
really simple. Exact same template that I've used for thousands of videos. I know the template works. I know the video format works. He's got text overlay. He's got something call to action. That literally has, I wonder if I can find it. Where it, here we go. So this is the video in form. So it's been, in this one, it doesn't even show you the thing, but you can see the engagement, right? So you can see people already asking for, I would like to join after Christmas, blah, blah, blah. And this is the first video. This is the first video, like cold audience. And people are already asking, you know why? It's because I used a trick that took all the social proof off the existing other video and put it onto this one. Same video, different audience. That one was targeting more and this one was quite slow. But this one, as long as I put the social proof on there, people believed it was a real video. So they started commenting. So now when you
have a call to action off this back of this video, though, don't you?
No. So this one has no call to action. It's just a give. Complete give. We're not asking for anything at all. The reason being is that we're a cold audience. Why would we ask someone something if you've never met them? Imagine me going to a club and saying, you want to come back to mine? And that was the first sentence I've ever said to them. But what I do is I ask them for their number and text them tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not asking for a number and email, but I'm asking for their attention because if they watch this 3-minute video like they have over here, I go over here to audiences. Now, because I was so nice, right? Because I was so nice in the video, I have 4,800 people that watched the 3-minute video to 100%. I have 12,000 people that still didn't believe in me, so I can retarget them. But this is the primary example. Out of those 4,800 people, why not try and just get the same audience, but cold, did this again, got 430,000 people. That will then start at the bottom of the food chain again, while this one moves up the chain. Again, you don't have to worry about this bit. So instead of
just confuse me then.
Ideally, instead of trying to start another engagement ad and going through all the presets and, like MyFitnessPal, Ashley Bynes, weight loss, all that kind of stuff, instead of doing that again, why not just create a lookalike audience based on the audience that is already doing well? So this creates an audience that doesn't know anything about me, but has the same tendencies as people that have nearly watched my video 5,000 times.
Mm. Okay.
So when I run this ad, when I run another engagement ad at the bottom level, I go here and it's cold. It's already nearly outperforming. If I go to 90 there. If you look at the ad spend versus the time watched, it's already been watched 27 times and I've only spent $5.
Yeah.
For 75 times if you watch 75%, which is still good. compared to this has been watched 329 times and I've spent $20. So 15 more times, it's nearly at 100. So it's only doing 2x, where this is a lookalike audience and it's nearly already doing 1x.
Yeah, right.
If that makes sense. So instead of me making this completely new one, which I did down here to originally start off with, I just made a lookalike audience based on how good this audience was already doing. Instead of making a new one that I'd have to go through and go, okay, traffic, continue, add budget, all this bullshit that would save time, I just created a lookalike audience. We don't have to talk about that now, but it's a way to save time and money going forward.
Yeah, right.
It's like what the analogy I would use is that you're sitting at home, you're watching Netflix, you're having some food, you need to go out because you want to go pool, but instead of going out and talking to all new girls, you've got this whole entire list of girls that don't know who you are but have the same tendency of the girls that you've already slept with.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't say that loud, but that's okay. But it's future problems for you down the line. But this is again why it's so important to always ask questions when you're running ads, because if we're running the wrong thing, you can see here, all of mine are at a cent, and even my landing page views are so cheap considering just today, which is American time, remember, I've had opt-ins, but if we go over the last period of time, like if we were to go week to 30th, they're converting quite highly because they're all finishing the challenge. So there's 8 here, but there's actually, out of those 8, there's only, it took 44 views. So remember, if I showed you that that the original one that I did on my thing was at 10%, but that was at 115 people.
Yeah.
So now we're getting, at 44 views, we're getting 8 people opting in.
Yeah.
And they're finishing the whole entire challenge, 200%.
Yeah.
So this is where it's super important to realize that it's because we're doing lookalike audiences, we've found this really, really good UK one. That for $20, you're reaching nearly 5,000 people per day, and we're getting just under half engaging in the whole entire thing. And the retargeting view is doing 11 per day. So if we did a 7-day, we're getting 62 landing page views.
Okay.
I would even take the 2 starting challenges. This one's fucking me off, but I need to recorrect it. But I would still even change. You can see how many people that aren't starting the challenge. So those 25 are actually getting retargeted by this. So this is why I don't care about that price, because it's regaining here. Because this is a retargeting to this one ad.
Yeah, see, I don't know how you do that retarget anyway, but that's
okay. So I'll give you an example. So this is the 5-day challenge video.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a 10-minute video of the 5-day challenge, putting them in there. All we do is we run an ad that is getting that audience that has watched the video, 5-day challenge video.
Mm-hmm.
See this? It's the audience.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We make it a retargeting ad saying you looked at the hot day 5-day challenge but didn't start. Why you should book a call today.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's going directly to the people that have watched the 5-day challenge video. No one else. No cold audiences, no one else but the people that have watched 5-day challenge. The reason it's doing so good is because this video is so powerful by just after watching this video. So they would watch that, they'll click off, they'll refresh their Facebook, and they'll see that video straight afterwards.
Yeah.
So that's why it's converting so high. Like it's only costing us $1.74. See how cheap it is. Don't worry about this price. Worry about this price, this price, and this price, and even this price. And this is the testimonial, which is stage 2, which eventually is going to be the one between the 5-day challenge and the pelvic floor. Because this is a testimonial that is showing them. This is the ad here. So this is the testimonial. So this is going to go, they watch the pelvic floor, they see this testimonial, they see the 5-day challenge, they don't do the 5-day challenge, they see my retargeting video, they opt into my challenge, they see another video telling them to book a call, and then that's it.
Yeah, right.
So the only reason we've got more consistency and higher opt-ins, like this is by far the highest, we've nearly 20%. So we're doing 2x what the norm is at the moment. And you've got to remember, I was only doing the testimonial that I'm going to show this later. I was only doing that off 4 people starting. So this is 18. 8, sorry. So if we did 8 divided by, that's about 2 people, nearly 3 people. So it's a little bit under what I was doing, but it's less people viewing the page.
Yeah.
More people doing the challenge. But the onboarding series for this was like a month.
Yeah, right.
That was, however, the only reason that was is because he was slow on giving me shit to do. So it doesn't take a month, but you can see the results to the point where the stats are only getting it higher.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. Normally it's the opposite way around. And this is automated. So this whole entire thing is automated.
Yeah. I suppose I think where it gets a bit daunting for me at the moment is because I don't have any of this set up. So it's nice, like.
That's fine, because at the end of the day, I've got a whole entire ads campaign to run. I've got a whole entire funnel to make, and I've got a whole entire video shoot to make for all my NPC consulting.
Yeah.
And I have to do it at a level that is going to allow companies. I have a meeting on Thursday that is a potential $11,500 contract.
Yeah, right.
So you've got to think about where you're coaching, like your price point.
Yeah.
I was there. Now, a year ahead of that, I'm now coaching people that are going to pay me $400 a week.
Yeah.
Now, that isn't to say, oh my God, I'm earning. That's nothing at all. Like I said, I'm going to spend that on getting you over here and we're flying business class, right? That's why I want to land that $11,000 contract. But what I'm saying is that although it feels daunting now, it is always going to feel daunting no matter what the pro. It's only just going to be a step up. So when you start selling at $100 a week, then you're going to start selling at $200 a week. Then you're going to start having a coach that's supposed to sell at $100 a week. That's going to be your new daunting.
Yeah, true.
And remember, I have all the systems. I have all the funnels. This whole entire funnel can be yours. Because you know what you do, and you know what to do for every single client? Share funnel. Shit. So if I go here and share the funnel to your ClickFunnels, it builds the whole entire funnel, minus the ad and minus the video, into your system. Change the logo, change the script, change the progress photos. That's yours. Done.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah?
I think that's probably what was making me nervous is the fact that I just didn't know how to do it.
No, I wouldn't give you a system that would require you to build a fucking building when you don't have a degree in it. I gave my client before you 7 different systems that I have in my terabyte hard drive that is exactly what he needs to do this week. My job as your coach is to give you the platform to build from, but create it not from scratch, but from what I've created, but make it your own.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So this funnel has made him $200,000 a year easily. By the end of this financial year, he would have earned $200,000.
Fucking hell, that'd be nice.
But that's what I'm saying. I built this funnel for him. He pays me to do that shit.
And this is the 5-day Saturday.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll run you through the whole entire thing.
Yeah.
So this is his landing page.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this is his.
I'll actually have that stuff now.
So this is the exact same page you will have, minus this, minus all this, minus all this, and that's it. You have the same thing. Auto fills my details. Take me to the challenge. Submit. Right. Then this is day 1. Progress photos. You have this whole entire thing. Calendly booking link. Download homework. If you downloaded the homework, it's on his Google Drive. Right, this is homework day 1. Into day 2.
Yeah.
This is gonna fuck up my numbers, but it's okay. Day number 3, video. This I built my 5-day challenge that was up for an award last week in 3 days. But now you don't have to build it because I can just copy the whole entire thing. Again, into day 3.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
Into day 4. So simple, but so effective. Because the benefit is that we can track on the back end how many numbers, unlike sending out emails or whatever, we can track how many people are actually going through the whole entire funnel. And each individual funnel has each individual URL. So what we can do is eventually when you have the ad spend to do it, we can target those people that are not finishing the challenge to give them the social proof and social encouragement to finish the challenge. Name me another trainer that's being able to do that.
Yeah, no.
Face to face.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But out of those people, right? 9 people since November 25th till now. 9 people, 37%, 25, 000, which is weird, 200%.
Yeah.
There's so many people going through this challenge that it's glitching out in the middle section. And it's all coming from, like, let's say,
I was trying to remember what I was going to allocate for the 5-day challenge.
377 divided by 7.
We'll have to get back.
Thinking about this is how cheap this blows my mind. So I'm getting this result for him for $53 American a day. So exactly what you should be spending in AUD by the time you get to this level, which is nowhere near where you are now, which is no fun to you, but I don't want to scare the shit out of you. But this is like the pinnacle of where you want to be. $100 a day will guarantee you that many people opted in.
Yeah.
And I'm still refining the system, but the benefit is that I just give you all this when you're ready to do it.
Yeah.
So that what did I say? There was 8 opt-ins. So 8 opt-ins at $100, $800 a week, $800 a week times 30, $24,000 for 30 weeks for $50 a day.
That's pretty good.
So $100 New Zealand a day, which is every single day of the week I put that on there.
Yeah.
So 700. So that's American, but of course when you do it in New Zealand, it converts to the same authority. It's just in USD in this one. But even so, I've got it down to $377 a week. Fucking nuts, man. You're running for $300. You're running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ads that is guaranteeing him now this many opt-ins. So this guarantees every single week this is going to happen. Every single week, this is going to happen. 30, apply filter, every single week. If he wants to stay at this, 8 people will go, 2 people will finish. All of those will convert because they're so high ticket, because they've gone through all of this 5 funnels to get there, that they would have already been, hey, this program is definitely for me. Even if he converts at 20%, right, which is the normal, like this is always going to happen at 20%. Every single time. That's still 2, let's say that's 2 people. That's $200 a week times 30. That's $6,000 every single 30 weeks. Now, I know that doesn't sound a lot because $200 a week is pretty much his ad campaign. It'll be going at a loss, but that's only if he converts at 20%. It's a very, very low number. That's his guaranteed money.
Yeah.
Right? But now the benefit from my end is that we just look at the ad spend versus what's actually happening, and then we up and change it. So that's a very high ad spend for what I really want. But remember, this conversion is only doing $5 and it's converting 2 people. It's costing a lot because I've only got $5 on it, and Facebook's going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? $17 is guaranteeing 62 page views. $5 is getting 441 people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A cent a lead, a cent a conversion, 121 link clicks.
So I suppose from here, okay, so I got my head around all that. Okay, I know I need to get on to doing my 5-day challenge.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably December's issue. But we got the January challenge coming up.
Yep.
So obviously, because it's V2, what's the best way for me to approach this to sort of get the numbers?
I would do the exact same thing. Well, if it's not broke, we don't fix it, right?
Well, I actually wanted to run an ad for it.
Yeah. So what we do is we run creates. I'm just writing a challenge. I'm writing your stats for this week. Creates videos based on MPT Creative. Cool. All right. So your 3 things: January challenging planning. So same thing as last time. 5-day challenge. 5-day challenge prep. Create videos based on MPT Creative, which is exactly going through and you're making you're trying to think of video ideas for each stage of the creative. Take away authority, take away the other ones that we're getting a little confused about, but make those other 4 or 5. And then all of a sudden, we have some sort of plan of what we're going to do to get the people going into the funnel. So for instance, you most likely need an engagement video, right? I would do it like this. We would make a 3-step process just based on your ad spend. We would do an engagement video, which is just going to help give them like on the MPT Creative, we're offering before you receive. They watch the video for a certain amount of time. So you make an audience based on, let's say, 75%, 85 and 95. You make those audiences to track how long they're watching the video for.
Shit, I can't remember how to do that now.
So you can go back to watch our other YouTube videos and I'll show you how to do it. Then what you do is you make the second tier, which is going to be like more of an engagement that you're only going to offer those people that have watched 95% of the first video, which is then going to maybe be another engagement video. If those 95 then watch those videos, that second one, for 95% of the time, they will then see a third ad, which is going to be your 30-day challenge.
Mm-hmm.
It is the easiest way to fast track because then all you're offering to is the people that have watched nearly 100% of both videos.
Okay.
So those two videos, though, those two videos have to be about the challenge, not about them directly, but about elements within your challenge. So for instance, the first day is going the 3 best ways to increase your steps or whatever. The second one is overcoming your fears, whatever. The third is the challenge, is actually got those 2 elements in the challenge. So it's really linear. So it makes sense the whole entire way through. There's no point saying, here's my keto video. I hate keto. Here's my keto-free challenge.
Okay.
Because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
The reason why my ad set works for that client and all my clients is because the pelvic floor video is exactly what we cover in the 5-day challenge, exactly what my testimonials cover in their testimonials, exactly what the second video does, and it has a really cohesive appearance.
Yeah, okay. I think I just confused myself then again, but
that's all right. So the first video you make, the engagement video, topic has to be also relative to the second video that they will potentially watch if they watch the first video.
Okay.
So the first video, you're wanting the 75% and the 95% people.
For the second video?
For the first video.
The first video.
That's all you want because you're going to get a shit ton of people that don't watch up to that, which is fine. We can retarget them at a later state. So you want to make another 25% audience, just like if I show you my ad set. Why is my... All right, I'm just going to show you Trello. I go into ads. So for instance, like if I go to my audiences, I've made them very, very clear and meticulous so that I can track every single bit of detail. So for instance, here, 25% of the people that watch the pelvic floor video, which is my #1 video, which has got no offer, no nothing, it's just my give and receive. 25% has 12,000 people in it. 50% has 11,000 people in it. 75% has 9.5, 4,500. I only want to retarget for the second video. So the next stage in my funnel, the only 2 people that are going to see this video, which is my testimonial, are the 75 and 95%. Why? Because no one less than 50% is going to give a shit because they haven't watched the video. So then what I do is I now track my testimonial video for 75% and 95.
But I haven't run any of these ads yet, so I won't have those targeted audiences.
You will once you start running your engagement because you don't run anything other than the engagement for the first week. You would have because you've done your testers.
Yeah, but they had nothing to do with the challenge.
Well, they'll have some sort of element with the challenge. Whatever you're going on about in all your videos, ever since I've seen you, has all got to do with your challenge.
Well, yeah, because it's basically what I teach.
Here we go.
The video I ran was about counting calories, which essentially, yeah, you're right, it does have an element to the challenge because that's what I teach them.
Done. There's your engagement video. You run that calories video till the cows come home. You run 3 different audiences, 25, 50, 75, and 95. The only 2 people you retarget in your second video is going to be 75 and 95. Then the third video, which is to sign up to my 30-day, is going to be the 95. And maybe the 75 if we get lost.
Okay, so run that ad again, that calorie counting ad.
Yep, I wouldn't turn that off.
Hang on, what was it? No, I didn't do that one. Sorry, I did good food versus bad food.
That's fine. Doesn't matter.
Anyway, but yeah, run that one again
Yep.
at audiences of 75, 95.
No. So you need to run that video to get the 25, 50, 75, and 95% audiences.
Yeah, but I've run the video and I didn't get that good of engagement on it. Like I can show you if you switch
then it's not a good. That's not a good video to run then for your audience.
Well, that's why I tried it out. But at this point, I literally just picked something to try and see whether I could.
Yeah, that's fine. That's all good. But then now we know that those videos aren't good. We can go back to the drawing board.
Well,
but remember, go back every single time you freak out. Go back to the creative, because the creative works through the whole entire process for you. Right. So the engagement video is the reciprocation or whatever. Right. Once that gets to 75%, so you want to run an audience size of 25%, right? 25%, 50%, 75%, and then 95%. What we do is the next tier, we only take these two, right?
Yeah.
Then we only take these two again. Based on what you're doing, you're only doing 3 though. You're doing it here. Fuck's sake. Anyway, now it's going to fucking flow out. Then what you're going to do is take just the 95 and then put it down to here. So eliminate these.
I've got to pick a different video, I think.
This is why the engagement's so important.
Well, I'll show you what I've ran. I'll just show you the ads manager if you switch it over. So that way you can see. Okay, so where do I go for this again? Right.
Yeah, ads manager. Yeah, you're on it.
Yeah, my internet's not as quick as yours. So yeah, here, see, I only got like a reach of 150.
You also only spent $3.
Well, then why is it Facebook have charged me like $33 fucking then?
Because that would be over a 7-day period or a month period. They charge you monthly.
But I only ran it for a week. Oh, did they charge you for a month?
No, but they did you turn it off after a week?
Yeah, I turned it off after like 5 days. They've stung me like $40.
I don't know. Anyway, the thing that I'm concerned about is that's 4 cents and that's 3 cents and that's 2. So you've got no one that's 1. So we need to improve your audience selection and also your audience process.
Yes, it is with different audiences that I've targeted.
But that's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, you would take the 2 cents out of that scenario. Every single time you take the 2 cents and put more money on that and see if it goes down. You'll turn off the other 2 and you'd run with that middle ad, and then that would become your first engagement ad. And then after a week, you would have the 25, 50, 75, and 95% audiences based on that 1 week of. You wouldn't have the size of me because that's after months, but you would have that audience, and that would become it. Once you have a week worth of testing, you then push it to the second video, which is the 75% and 95%.
You can't even see the drawing. My internet's so fucking shit. Oh, I hate Australian internet. It's so crap.
I'm at my office has got fiber though. That's why.
Oh, come on. Yeah, this is fiber optic. It's the NBN. You see how slow it is? It's pathetic. Like my phone internet's faster than this stupid thing. I don't even know why I pay for it. It pisses me off. There we go. Yeah, that's right. So I read MyFitnessPal, Les Mills, and I think Ashley Bynes was another one.
Cool, and Ashley Bynes did the best. I know.
No,
MyFitnessPal. Well, that's also. See, another one just converted. Fuck, these ads are going off. Yeah, so I would go MyFitnessPal, I'd put more money on it, and I would also, in the background, turn the other 2 off. So then what you would do is you go to audience size. Go to audiences for me.
So you reckon run that one again?
Yeah.
Because I've got it all turned off at the moment.
That's right. Go to audiences.
There's that again. Yeah.
Yeah, and then go audiences. Is there a search bar at the top?
There is.
I know, go audiences. Yeah. Click on that. And then you should have.
I like how fast my so this is why it takes me so long at night to do shit, because it's just, that's why I do everything on my phone, because it's faster. It takes me like half the time. Anyway, I should try wide. I should try 6 sides of one phone. Maybe make it faster. Yeah, here we go. Yep. So what have we got?
Cool. So where is the audiences that you created for those 3 ads?
I don't know if I did.
Well, there's our first problem. So you've got every single time you run an engagement ad, which is your first ad, you make a creative audience for that specific ad, so everything is tracked.
I don't get it. I'm confused.
So when you say create audience, go over to create audience. We can make it now because it's fine. We can just retarget them later. Go custom audience. Then go video.
Yep.
Cool. And then go to choose type and then go, this is where you do the 25, 50, 75, and 90. So then go down to 25%. Yep. Then go choose video. Choose video.
That one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, choose video. Yeah. And then go to the video that you were talking about before.
This is the one.
I'd say it's the one that has 1,462.
Possibly.
Because it's the one that's the highest and you would have paid for that. So that would have been one of the ads. You're just going to make sure it's the right one, which I'm pretty sure it is. It's fine.
Like it. Yep, that's the one.
Yep, cool. And then click on that one and then go confirm.
Yep.
Then you want to name that saying that's the 25% watched of calorie video.
Cool. Okay, yep.
Yeah, cool. And then that's it. That's the first 25. Then you do 25, 50, 75, and 95 on the same video. You don't have to add a description. No, just go create audience. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you just do the 20, you do 50, 75, 95.
I don't need this, do I?
No.
Cool. This is one of the things I wanted to touch on this week to see how I was doing it and if I was doing anything wrong or what I wasn't doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so there we go. So yeah, 50.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, you've already done 50. Yep. So go choose video.
I'm lazy.
Yeah, and then copy and paste it.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, no matter what happens, you can always backdate. So this is going to be backdating 365 days. So all of the stuff you did before, as long as there is a pixel on your Facebook, which I'm assuming is running.
I don't think there is, because remember, I don't have a website or anything. We've gone through that a couple of times and I'm pretty sure there's no pixel.
It still might work anyway. It's fine. Let's see what comes up tomorrow. So this is going to be 75%, and I'm going to. The pixel only matters if you're running website tracks, not video tracks.
Okay.
Cool, and then go 95.
Yeah.
Although it's not going to get over 1,000, it's still going to be at least populating them. So you won't see any difference.
Oh, what are website ticket.
So you're not going to see any difference. It's still going to say below 1,000 because you've only advertised it to, let's say, 500 people. So until you hit over 1,000 people watched, you won't see a difference.
Yeah, right. That's cool. That doesn't bother me
So you just, this is what I'm saying. So then you follow that creative like I just wrote. And if you forget, you can just rewatch the video. So each tier eliminates a certain percentage. So at the moment, what we want to do is retarget the people that are over 50%, probably in your audience, because we want to still have a little bit of a size. Then in the second one, we eliminate the 50 and carry on with 70, 95 to the point where the only people we're talking to in the final stage, which is the 30-day challenge, is the 95% of the people.
Okay.
Cool.
So from here now, I don't need to do anything more with this audience or now.
No, that's done.
Okay.
And we are finished up. So is that everything you wanted to cover?
Yeah. So now just finalising. I just need to run that out again for another week.
Yeah, it's all on Trello. So January planning, 5-day challenge prep, create videos based on MBD Creative. Cool. Everything's on Trello.
Okay. You sent me a link to that, haven't you?
Yep. So I can send you again.
Yeah, please. I've got to learn to paste everything. That's cool. All right. Well, I'll run that again.
Oh, fuck. Come on.
Just at $2 a day, you reckon? Again?
Yeah, $2 is fine. I wouldn't increase unless you see a good spike of audience.